There's lots going down on the ice this weekend, so let's talk about some of the NHL and, of course, the New York local hockey that's going down this weekend with Jonathan Davis, NHL analyst over at VSiN. Mr. Davis, what's going on, baby? Hockey season is in full effect.
It is the best time of the year. Look, it's been a nice start to the season. And, hey, we've got everything going on. Football. What a great time of the year it is in your city, though, with everything that's going on with the Mets, Yankees, and Giants.
Yep. And before we get into Rangers, Islanders, and Devils, let's talk about the Tampa Bay Lightning taking on the Carolina Hurricanes. So who do you like in this one?
For me, I'm going to be careful throughout most of the early going in the NHL in picking sides. But I will take one side in this one, and I'll go with the Tampa Bay Lightning. I'm not a big fan of Carolina. They're one of the teams that I have picked to miss the playoffs. And you're getting a really good price if you want to play Tampa. Tampa right now, you're getting at about $1.25. When I was checking the latest betting splits over at VSiN. There's a couple ways that you can approach it for me. Tampa's got a history. When they win hockey games, Brandon, they score goals. 84% of their victory over the last 2 years, they've scored at least 4 goals. So by that method, I would play Tampa team total tonight, over 3.5 goals. You get it at plus 155. That's better than taking them on the money line at plus 124. And there are a couple of their prop plays I would look at. Jake Gensel, their new star, who's there now to replace Steven Stamkos. I look at his shots on goal prop over 2.5 at minus 140. I'd even look at playing, some people like to do ladder plays in football. You take those over yards and over receptions. I also like his over 3.5 shots at plus 180. I think they're going to be feeding Gensel all night.
All right, let's move on and go to New Jersey, where the Devils look to get their first regular season win on U.S. soil early this season. It's Devils, Capitals. You guys at VSiN, what do you like about this one?
Well, I do wonder if the Devils hate Sheldon. One person joked that, do the Devils hate Sheldon Keefe after, losing to New Jersey, losing to his former team, last night? I'm going to stay away. I think I'm going to look more at an Alexander Ovechkin prop in this one here. I will take the Devils. Let me backtrack on that. New Jersey's already played 3 games. The Capitals haven't played one yet. So I'm looking at the price here. It's at $1.42. New Jersey's rate in the early going, they're taking 67% bets, 79% of the money on this game. You get them at a nice price at $1.42. Capitals, I think, will be a little rusty. So I got 2 plays in this one. I'll take New Jersey here on the money line, and I'll take an Alexander Ovechkin shot on goal prop. I would look at both over 3.5 and over 4.5. I haven't seen a number yet released on both of them, but look, Ovi's on that quest right now to break Wayne Gretzky's record. He needs 42 goals. He ain't going to get them all tomorrow night, but I think he's going to be firing shots all night. I like his shots on goal prop over the total as well.
You mentioned Wayne Gretzky, the great one. He used to be a Ranger. So the Utah Hockey Club makes its first trip to the Garden for the Rangers home opener. A lot of people in the city are watching this one for this right now. Jonathan, give it to us. Who do you like and what do you like in this one?
No side. This is one, again, I will stay away from the side. What I do like, I'm really big on Alexis Lafreniere, who I think is on the verge of signing a big contract extension with the Rangers. I'll take his shot, his point prop at over half. Again, I haven't seen a number on it. It was minus 130 in the first game. I played that. It cashed pretty quickly. I'm a big Lafreniere guy. On the Utah side, I look at their two young kids, Dylan Guenther and Clayton Keller. Both Keller's got 3 goals, or he's got 1 or 2 goals. He's got 6 shots on goal in 2 games. But Dylan Guenther leads the NHL in the early going with 4 goals. I would look at both of their shots on goal prop. If you can get them at over 2.5, it's a good play.
All right, lastly, Saturday, 8 p.m., the Islanders are looking to bounce back in Dallas after their overtime loss to the hockey club that you just talked about. So who does VSiN like in this one, the Stars or the Owls?
Well, I don't know who VSiN likes, but I know who Jonathan Davis likes. And Jonathan Davis can't get away from the sides because I just don't have a gauge right now in the early going. But I would look at both Horvat and Kyle Palmieri, the Islanders. If you can get their shots on goal prop at 2.5, even 3.5, you'll get a better price, I would look at them both going over their shots on goal prop. Each of them had 5 in game number 1. And on the Dallas side, I went with Wyatt Johnston, their young stud, over 2.5 shots on goal in the opener. He had 4. I look for him to cash on that over 2.5 again against the Islanders.
Jonathan, you mentioned it being too early in the season. You're a trained eye, so to your everyday fan that's watching these games, like kind of give them, what's your recipe in kind of gauging a team so early in the season?
Well, we've seen a lot of sloppy play right now. This is one argument why, I think people want to shorten the preseason. Maybe if you shorten the preseason, put the regulars in. So right now it's hard to get a gauge on who's really good, who's really bad. I'm seeing a lot of rustiness. So right now I'm more focusing on players and their props because I think, those are easier to gauge. Guys are just shooting the puck right now. They're not necessarily going in. We see some weird games. Look, I love the Islanders. I thought the Islanders were in a great spot against the Utah Hockey Club last night. And it looked really good at various points. The Islanders had multiple leads in this game. So for me right now, kind of like feel your way through it, watch teams, but I would right now more focus on players and looking at goal props or shots on goal props. That way you don't have to worry about cheering so much for a team. And if you take a shot on goal prop, Brandon, you don't have to worry about the puck going in. You just got to worry about it hitting the net.
It's all about the props, and thank you, and we give you props for joining us today, Jonathan Davis, man. Enjoy your weekend.
All right, you too, Brandon. Thanks for having me. Anytime.